What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Garage Talk Podcast. My name is Tyler, and with me is Vince.
Hello.
And Timothy is not here today. He's back in his hometown of Nova Scotia celebrating the wonderful 4th of July. We wish him all the best.
Bringing it to Canada. Hell yeah.
We probably should have called him this episode. I feel bad.
Yeah, especially with the very progressive talks that we had.
Yeah, we got a good conversation today. We talked about a lot of fun things, video games and TV series and movies and sports, stuff like that. But then Vince dropped a bomb, you could say, of
Appreciate that.
logic? I don't know. It was an interesting conversation. It definitely, it's towards the end of the episode, so if you get bored, just fast forward a little bit.
Yeah.
If you don't like video game stuff. But we had a good conversation about the Washington Redskins and the Buffalo Bills and that kind of stuff. So, as always, this episode is brought to you by our lead sponsor, our main sponsor, Atomos Physics. Grab the copy here. Atomos Physics exists to serve your radiation safety needs. They can create radiation protection programs, X-ray machine testing, or consulting, or they can help with radioactive material licensing. There is no job too small or too large they can't handle. Atomos Physics, think different, do different. And tell them that Tyler or Vince or Tim sent you and receive 50% off a consultation. Wowzers. That's huge.
That's half.
I have cards, too, if you want to give to your dentist or something. You can have.
Yes.
Pass along the word.
We need to spread the word.
Also, this show is brought to you by Patreon. Please help support the show on patreon.com/Garage Talk. Our fellow patrons keep the lights on in the garage and allow us to keep doing what we love to do. If you want more behind-the-scenes access, like pre-shows, outtakes, merchandise, and insight into our personal lives, join us at patreon.com/Garage Talk. And we would love you more than we already do. And also, there is a new tier where you can become a producer of the show. So, shout out to our current producer, Ron. Be like Ron. Thanks.
Yes. Be like Ron.
Thank you, Ron.
Appreciate you.
So, yeah, today's a great episode, and I hope you guys enjoy. Tell a friend, share the podcast, all that good stuff. Boom.
Yes. Interact with the videos, interact with
the podcast. YouTube. If you're just listening to this, check out youtube.com and look up Garage Sports Co. You'll find all of our Garage Talks on here.
Or all the ones that we started filming.
And I got some personal stuff.
Yes.
Last of Us 2 review. Very insightful, very deep, very passionate discussions by myself, with myself. Check it out.
I've been looking forward to listening to those.
Beat the game and get there.
I need to finish the game. Spoiler alerts, by the way.
Because then we'll probably talk about it on this show, too.
Yeah.
Because it's just...
We have to.
It's a cultural phenomenon.
Yes.
All right. Thanks, guys. They even played in... It was Woodstock 99.
Oh, really?
Flea played butt-ass naked. There was no soccer or anything. It was just...
awesome.
His guitar was covering him, and that was it.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Love those guys.
Chili Peps are the best.
Yeah.
But there's no way... I mean, they're older now. I mean, they all have kids and stuff, so I don't think there's any way that they would do socks on cock.
Yeah.
And especially with Josh being their guitarist for the last 10 years or whatever, he was always... I mean, that guy wouldn't even take his shirt off. He was very, very bashful.
They got the old guitar.
But yeah, John's back, so maybe
coming back.
Maybe they'll bring back this.
Oh man.
Hopefully, I hope COVID has been good for them. Like they've just been jamming nonstop together.
Hope so too. I hope so too, man.
Like hopefully they've secretly just been recording an album this whole time. That'd be amazing.
Be so cool.
I need more Chili Peps in my life.
Please, Chili Peps.
There was an interesting podcast. It was funny because Josh Klinghoffer, the guitarist, went on to Mark Maron's podcast.
Oh, cool.
To talk about some stuff, but they scheduled it, but then he got fired from the Chili Peps, so he came on, and they're like, "Oh, this is weird. What do we talk about now?" But he did kind of explain. It's worth a listen. What the Fuck Podcast, WTF Podcast by Mark Maron. He gets in an hour-long conversation with Josh, and Josh kind of just explains his background as a musician and kind of how it went down with the Chili Peps, because they did him kind of dirty.
Really?
Because
oh man,
I don't know if you know the backstory of the Chili Peps, but John quit in 2009, and they brought in Josh because Josh did some touring with him and stuff before as a background guitarist and stuff. And I guess John was a little not too happy about it for some reason. You know, he was the one who quit. I don't know. It was weird.
Musicians are weird.
They are, especially the Chip. Those are some weird dudes. But I guess so. Josh took over and was there, and then Flea had been hanging out with John or whatever, and like John asked if he could come back in the band, and they're like, "Yeah, no problem."
Flea's like, "Yes."
Sorry, Josh. But Josh did talk about that in the pod. He said there's just this connection that Flea and John have that is on another level. Nobody else has that connection that those two have. So he at least gets it, you know.
That's nice.
He was a good sport, but he talked about it too. He said it was hard if this would have happened before their most recent album came out, it would have devastated him.
Yeah.
But through the Getaway, he like grew as a musician and as a person. So now it's like it kind of sucks, but he gets it and he's comfortable with where he's at in his career.
Yeah, it sounds like there's a lot of respect there for just the music that the Red Hot Chili Peppers make. That he was, you know, like you said, it sucks, but he's like, I want you guys to do the best that you can do. So, hats off to you, Josh. That's awesome.
Way to be an adult.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to do that.
Yeah.
I would have been crying.
That's what crying. Trying to fight Flea.
I'd get my ass whooped, man. That dude's
crazy,
fucking insane. 90 years old, doing handstands on the stage and stuff.
Yeah, that's the cool thing about the Chili Peppers is like the amount of energy that they bring to a show, even at this age, is absolutely incredible.
And their past, like all the drugs and just true rock star lifestyles that they lived, and then luckily having all made it to this age, and then now doing this. So.
Now having better bodies than we have. John talked about that too back when like Blood Sugar came out, because he was like, they were a little bit older than John. John was like 18 when he joined the band from Mother's Milk, and he was like, he's like, that's just, I want to be a rock star. I want to do heroin. He literally said that this is the lifestyle I want to live. Yeah, and then his life went spiraling down and hit rock bottom, and he got clean, luckily.
Yeah,
and luckily he didn't die, because think of it. If one of them would die from heroin overuse after their big explosion for Blood Sugar, we would not have had Californication, By the Way, Stadium Arcadium.
Oh man,
I'm With You, and The Getaway.
Think of a world without that.
I'd be a completely different person. I don't know who I would be. I'd be a sad man or something.
Yeah. I'd probably be listening to country.
Okay.
Maybe not that far.
Thank you for not dying, Chili Peppers. That's what Vince would have became. Is just a terrible human being. Oh man. Huh. An alternate reality.
Yeah. In another universe, that's what's happening.
In a parallel universe.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh man. I'm glad we live in the universe we live in.
Yeah. I'd beat the shit out of that guy.
Yeah. Wait. Beat the shit out of who?
Vince. Country Vince.
Country Vince. I would watch a Vince on Vince fight.
I would too.
Because there's you looking like you do right now. And then there would be the other Vince who'd probably have a cowboy hat on.
Mullet.
Oh my God. Mullets they're like coming back.
Hey, I'm just saying, when Jack Stoll had the Stole It.
Jack Stoll is the only person I think who can pull off a mullet.
Jack Stoll, you could get it.
There was somebody on my Instagram feed, like, she posted a picture of like her like 10-year-old son with a mullet, and I was like, you failed as a parent. Like CPS should take your child away.
Every young white boy, especially that grew up in the 90s.
Not me.
I guarantee you, your mom probably has like some pictures of you as a kid, and you got the mullet.
No, I had a bowl cut. I was a bowl cut kid.
Bowl cut, yeah.
No mullet though. I refuse. My parents were not that bad of parents that they would allow me to have such a.
Dude,
mullets piss me off.
When I was getting my haircut, I contemplated it. I was like, man, do I just tell him to kind of like just get the sides?
I would have kicked you out of this garage. You would have walked in
for
the
sides, maybe just trim up the top a little bit.
Get out.
The back. Now I know. I'm glad that I can push that button. That's a lot of power to have.
Don't tempt me, Vince.
That's a lot of power.
You will be without a job. But yeah, I would love to see you fighting against mullet, cowboy boot wearing Country Vince.
Yeah, that'd be one for the ages.
Country Vince, he probably drinks a little bit more than you. Drinks a little more alcohol.
Wow. This would be a hard fight then, because if he's drunk, like, I mean, he's going to be able to take a lot of hits.
Yeah. I'm not saying he's drunk all the time, but I bet he drinks more beer than you. I bet
he would drink before the fight,
and he also works out more than you.
throwing hay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
He's gone to a few more country concerts than you.
Wrestling cattle. Yeah, having wrestled the big girls at country concerts.
Country's it's a thing. Like it's a college thing now.
It's awful, man. Country music. I mean, it got its start.
And this is all due disrespect to anybody who's watching who likes country.
Yeah, country music got its start as another genre of rock and roll. You know, I mean, you had just like Johnny Cash was a huge.
Johnny Cash and Elvis were a lot closer together than country and rock nowadays.
Than frickin' Toby Keith and and Johnny Cash. Like,
no, let's do a modern comparison. There's Johnny Cash and Elvis, and then nowadays there's Florida Georgia Line.
Lady A now.
What?
Lady Antebellum. They changed their name to Lady.
Oh,
A.
they did?
Yeah, they changed it to Lady A.
I'm out of the loop on country, I guess.
And the Dixie Chicks are now just the Chicks.
I didn't even know the Dixie Chicks were even still a thing.
I don't know if they are either, but all I know is that they came out and said,
for hating country, you know a lot about country.
Well, to truly hate something, you have to learn about them.
You have to perfect that art.
Yeah, you have to find out exactly what makes them awful. Like, I know way too much about the Minnesota Wild because I absolutely despise them.
You have to. It's like
I've been starting to learn a lot more about the Chiefs because I absolutely can't stand them. So it's just something
if he comes in with a Chiefs jersey, he's just getting into character.
Yeah, getting into character, and I'll hit my wife, probably.
It's like in the other guys when Mark Wahlberg learns like to do ballet to a T to make fun of the kids doing ballet.
Exactly. But
right,
yeah.
So who am I in an alternate reality? If we got country Vince with no chili peppers, who am I?
Ooh, man, that's tough. I would bet you would be like more of like a wannabe black Tyler,
like gangster rap Tyler.
Like you ever watch Trailer Park Boys?
Uh-huh.
What's his name? The rapper in
I don't know.
Trailer Park. I can't remember his name. It's to save my life.
That's not good.
Something J.
Okay, I'll be Trailer Park. I'd be Trailer Park Tyler. We got Country Vince and Trailer Park Tyler.
But not in the Trailer Park idea that like country, but Trailer Park is in like, just severely impoverished.
My favorite line from that show. He's talking about the gun he has. He's like, safety always off.
Yeah. It's so good. Entertainment picks.
What a dark timeline. What a dark timeline.
That's wild.
I'm glad. Thank you, Chili Peppers, for being who you are, because I wouldn't want to know ourselves in that reality.
Now I'm thinking of them having this conversation, like the same conversation, thinking about us. And that's
They're just like, man, if those guys from the Chili Peppers wouldn't have died, we would be so much better people. We'd be much better humans than we are right now. Probably.
I imagine that's how their conversation's going.
I would like to fight alternate reality Tyler and Vince. That'd be a fun. Alternate reality Vince is a Chiefs fan.
Oh no.
In alternate reality Tyler is a Houston Texans fan.
Isn't it disgusting? Yeah.
I'm getting sick here.
Yeah. All right, we better move on.
Yeah, let's move on. Move on.
Smokes.
Gosh, I don't remember what we're going to talk about today. Good thing I brought the show
outline
notes. Oh no, it got cut off. I can only read half the page.
Oh no.
What are we going to do? Hey, this weekend was 4th of July. I hope you guys had a great 4th of July weekend. Did you have a good 4th?
Yeah, it was a good time. It was
a good time. It was
nice and relaxed.
A little hot, but that's...
And humid, dude. It was 47% humidity in Omaha.
No wonder I was sweating profusely.
Yeah, and none of it evaporating. Like, it's just sticking to you.
I did on my...
It's disgusting.
I've been doing pretty good with my sober October and July.
Yeah?
I've been doing pretty good. Like I said, there was an asterisk yesterday, so I had some beers at the 4th of July party.
Like a whole 12 pack.
I had some, or 12, whatever.
Case, yeah.
But there was an asterisk, so I had the freedom to drink as many beers as I want. It is getting tough, though, even just with 1 week. I thought about maybe smoking cigarettes or like picking up tobacco chew just so I could feel a little bit of something. I've just been
about just like shooting heroin once or twice.
Just to feel. I've been so stone cold this whole week. So yeah, the next 3 weeks are going to be very challenging.
Yeah.
But I
have
think
have you learned anything from being, mostly sober? Have you learned anything different?
no, I'm a lot crabbier and angrier.
Yeah, that's true.
No, I've been doing a bunch. I've been going to the gym now, which has been good.
Mm-hmm.
Getting a little more physically jacked. I'm
How much you putting up on the bench?
dude, you don't even know. 200. 200.
Yeah, nice. Actually, that's really good to get back to.
Actually, I don't know. I don't even calculate. I just start lifting.
You just throw.
I
just starts throwing plates on and be like, yeah, sure.
Ain't nothing one-handed. Boom.
Close grip, wide grip, one grip. He's got it all.
I gotta work on the grip too. That's part of the whole workout is the grip.
Yeah.
What else I've been doing? I've been what do you call that? Intermittent fasting.
Oh, that's good.
So there's only an 8-hour window throughout my day that I can eat.
Nice.
So granted, you can eat whatever you want in that period, but it cuts out 16 hours out of my day where I'm not just eating.
It's true.
So far so good. We'll see. I think this next week will be the real challenge because this whole week I'm like, I'm fine. I can drink and eat whatever I want on Saturday, so it's whatever. That'll be this next week will be a little more hard because it'll be like, well, there's no light at the end of the tunnel. So are we going to be able to actually get through this? We'll see.
I mean, I guess you can start counting down the days till the next asterisk.
That's a lot of days. That's like 24 days. That's a lot of days.
Yeah, that's a long time, man, to go without any sort of sustenance.
I'm pretty much on probation. Self-subscribed probation. Which is not good. I shouldn't have done this to myself. I'm an idiot.
No, you'll be better for it.
I'll be better.
You'll be better for it.
I'll be more in shape. You won't have to stare at my fat stomach like you guys did last week. But very first episode after dieting, I'm going to go shirtless for the show, and we'll see. There probably won't be any difference whatsoever.
Well, the nice thing, for anybody who's actually watching, I mean, they're going to see this. They're going to get to see the transformation happen before their eyes, week in, week out.
I'm going to be looking better. I'm going to be a lot healthier, and I'm probably going to be a lot more depressed.
Yeah.
So it's kind of that you got to balance out. Do you want to be mentally healthy or do you want to be physically healthy? You don't get both.
Yeah, they keep having these. They keep having these correlations. They say between working out and mental health, and it's just a load of baloney, honestly.
It is.
Yeah.
Left wing lies.
Yeah.
They did. Did you hear this? So this is way. I don't know why I thought this is way beside the point. But Amazon got the rights to making a Fallout TV series.
Yes, I did. I did see that, and I am excited because the Fallout, universe is super interesting. It's super cool. But I found an article on it, and there was one concern I had.
But the articles, just say what you say.
Yeah.
Talk about.
So Amazon got the writers, or not the writers, the producers.
Yeah, from Westworld.
From Westworld.
Shout out Nolan.
Yeah, Joy and Nolan.
No, the little Nolan brother, not Chris Nolan.
Yeah.
But Jay Nolan or something like that.
Yeah. Which they're a couple that does production together, which is kind of cool. But
wait, they're together?
Yeah.
Huh. Didn't know that.
Yeah. They're
Fun fact.
husband and wife, yeah. So which is awesome. Westworld is a huge hit. I'm not the biggest fan. It had some cool moments. Not my gig, but I know that it is popular, and it is a really interesting idea. I like it. So awesome. We got really good producers for this. That's really exciting. And as I was reading the article, though, they said that their contract with HBO would keep going, and HBO signed them for at least 3 more seasons.
Yeah, because they got to finish out the Westworld series.
And they're already starting the next season, and I was like, oh, they're gonna be having to double time it. Well, then they're also working on another show for Amazon called Peripheral, which is another kind of post-apocalyptic world type thing. And
they're very busy people.
And that's what has me a little bit concerned. I don't Fallout deserves somebody's undivided attention.
Well, so they haven't specifically listed this yet. I think Nolan and what's her name?
Joy.
Nolan and Joy. I think they're only going to be producers of Fallout.
Yeah. They don't have any writers yet.
So I think that's okay because they can, as a producer, they can have a hand and maybe some insight and stuff. Mm-hmm. But I think it all comes down to I think as long as we have the writers who are solely invested in this, I think it'll be okay.
Yeah. Again, just the only concern I have is that they're going to be stretched a little bit thin, and so some things that might not be entirely maybe accurate or even translates well onto the screen might get slipped by just because they're going to be, like I said, they're going to be working on 3 things, and Westworld's huge. I mean, Fallout is a massive has a massive following, one of the most popular games by Bethesda, and then they have this other show which sounds really interesting.
Yeah, I've never heard of that. I'm excited for that.
I think it was based on a book. But
yeah, most everything that the Nolan brothers do is based off of something.
Yeah, so like I said, that's the only thing that has me concerned. Hopefully, it's unfounded.
Yeah, I think it's a little early to be concerned about that because I think there's going to be so many other hands involved in this. The one thing you should be concerned about is that video games in the past have not translated to screen well at all.
It's true.
Granted, we're trying a new medium here with a TV series, kind of with The Last of Us getting on HBO, and
We've
now
had The Witcher.
The Witcher
was very successful.
But that was more based off the books, though.
True, and I mean, the first game I would say you could argue that it was pretty well done based off the books, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I just hope, because have you ever seen a good video game movie?
Definitely not.
They're all terrible.
Yeah, definitely not.
So hopefully this and the series has, the way TV series have blown up in recent history has been really good for translating books. So I'm hoping it's the same thing with video games. It gives you enough time to build out a story that you want, and Fallout's going to be hard too, because Fallout has like this aesthetic to it that's very unique to what it is. If you see Fallout, it's Fallout. I hope they can at least keep that.
Yeah, it'll be because one thing that I'm sure I know Fallout New Vegas had a little bit more of like kind of the Mad Max feel, I'd say, just with the aesthetics and stuff. Just because you're in the.
But that was also produced by a different game.
Yeah, and
developer.
it was based in a desert kind of area, which is like the Mad Max idea is that it's just a wasteland desert. But yeah, you're right. That hopefully they're able to kind of get that aesthetic to like portray well on film as opposed to a video game.
I assume it's going to be an original story, if I had to guess. I don't think
that's another nice. Yeah, they don't. That's the nice thing about Fallout 2 is that they don't have to go off of like one of the storylines from the games. It's such a massive world, and the games are kind of like a build your own RPG anyways. Like you kind of give yourself, like you're an unnamed character, in this world, and you just kind of do your own story. I mean, yeah, there's a story to follow, but you can kind of give yourself your own background. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, there's a lot of potential for this. Another thing I hope they do keep in there too is like the vault, all the vault stories that you can find, because they do all these different experiments, because it's post-apocalyptic if you're not familiar with Fallout, but they go underground into these what they're called vaults, and each vault had their own kind of experimental system where they would do different tests and social experiments. I hope they keep some sort of that in there. What's that?
Pranks.
Yes.
Social experiments, pranks.
Yep.
Same thing.
Yeah. So I hope they keep that, because if you get a creative mind behind that, you can come up with some pretty cool stuff.
I mean, gosh, even like each season is about like a different vault that
that'd be cool.
Characters are
I like
exploring
that.
and stuff.
Man.
That could be kind of interesting. Maybe a little too linear, maybe.
Yeah, but listen, here's the deal. They have a huge universe.
Yeah.
Just don't mess it up, please. You can do a lot of different things. Just
Bethesda's
don't mess
already
it up.
like just dumped on all the game franchises that they have put out. So please be the guiding light.
The show's going to be
shining light.
The show's going to be based on Fallout 76. No, please.
It'll be an online television series.
Yeah, don't do this.
Massively multiplayer.
Microtransaction television series.
Do you want to see what happens next? Pay us 99 cents.
$3.99 for the upgrade.
Yeah.
Or you could buy a season pass.
Yeah.
Oh man, I guess we already kind of do that by paying for Amazon.
Right, but at least we're doing it once a month.
Yeah. Is there any other games that you would like to see come to get their own TV series?
I mean, Halo has always been an exciting one, and apparently Showtime.
Yeah, what happened when they announced the Xbox One 7 years ago? They're like, oh yeah, Steven Spielberg's producing a Halo TV series.
Apparently,
awesome.
still.
What the hell happened?
Yeah.
What is going on?
In that same article that I was reading about the Fallout television series, is that Showtime has the rights to the Halo television.
That's not good. That's not good.
Series. So
I'm not a big Showtime guy.
Yeah, me neither.
Or wait. Who does The Walking Dead? That's AMC, right?
AMC, yeah.
Not a big AMC guy. Sorry, Showtime. I didn't mean to drag your name through the mud there.
You don't like The Walking Dead?
I didn't like parts of The Walking Dead. Walking Dead
Same.
really lost me. There's a scene. It was the very end of the season where like they get all the good guys get captured and stuff, and they zoom in on the main character. And he goes, "They're screwing with the wrong people," and it's like you can't just say you're fucking with the wrong people. Him saying "screwing" after he's just slaughtered.
Because he's a good old Southern boy, you know. He doesn't curse in front of his mama, and he doesn't curse in front of God.
That scene really that took. I was like, all right, I'm done. I'm done with the show. And it's a very minor complaint, but at the same time, it's like, dude, we're just slaughtering people here. We just cut some dude's head off, and he can't say fuck. I'm out. So sorry, Showtime, you're good.
Yeah.
Don't mess up the Halo series.
Right.
Otherwise, you won't be good.
If it ever comes to fruition, I guess.
Did the article say what's going on with it?
No, it just mentioned that like the whole idea of video games making it into television.
Yeah, Halo is just like begging to be either a show or a movie.
It'd be so good.
And it's the same. It's another build-up universe. There's books. There's comics, TV series, video game. You could do not TV series, comics, video games.
There was like a
there is there is like a they have some like anime and stuff too of it.
It was really cool.
So they do. So it's just begging to have a realistic adaptation, I think, of a big TV series.
Yeah.
And I don't know why it hasn't happened. Why has it not happened?
Yeah, and they tried to make the movie, and again, did not go well.
That turned into District 9, though, so I'm thankful for that. Yeah. That's a great film. Have you seen District 9?
That turned into District 9, Halo?
Yeah, pretty much.
So
Peter
was supposed to be like Master Chief.
Okay, that's not good. No, so Peter Jackson, they were working on a Halo movie, and that it didn't work out, and it turned into Peter Jackson producing District 9.
Oh, interesting.
So I'm okay with that because I thought that was a great movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, what video do you want, Halo?
Yeah, Halo. I think Halo would be great just because, like, again, that one, obviously, you kind of have to follow a more kind of formula to it, but there's still so many interesting characters in that universe with, you know, on both sides of, like, the good and the bad guys sort of thing.
The humans or the Covenant.
Yeah. There's so many interesting characters that you could follow and kind of really flesh out, I think, in a television series. So, even in a movie, I think the Halo
series could make a good movie.
Yeah. I mean, it would have to be, I think it would need to be more of an epic, like, you know, 2.5 hour.
Oh, it would have to be at least 2.5 hours, I think.
Film, just to kind of get everything.
If you did the right story within the Halo world, you can justifiably make a 3-hour movie, I think.
Oh, easy, yeah.
Because there's enough action in there, and if you get the characters right and the story right, that can keep your attention for that long.
Yeah, and I mean, like, having and focusing in on like one huge event in the Halo Wars would be really cool. But a television series, I think, could even be better, expand it a little bit more. I
think Halo Reach would be awesome because Halo Reach is a pretty secluded story, and if you could, I think you could make that into a good movie.
Yes, yeah, kind of like a pre Master Chief idea. Yeah,
and it kind of just it's solely character based on the team, so you can have this big emotional. It would work great.
Yeah,
I think one game I really want to see adapted as a TV series. And this is probably the hardest game it would be to make into a TV series, but it would be awesome if they could pull it off. I'll start writing the scripts tomorrow. But Zelda, A Legend of Zelda.
Wow, yeah.
Series would be so cool. But
man, there'd be so much pressure put on you.
There is. And it's already, you look at Breath of the Wild was the first time they used voice actors, and people were so upset about the American voice actor just for that, and it wasn't even that bad.
No, it was fine. And it's Nintendo, so voice acting in a Nintendo game, is going to be a little rougher.
And that's hard because you would have to bring that series, you'd have to bring Link to the film, and you'd have to give him a voice, and you would have to do that right. And you're not, and that's one of the things you couldn't get right by everybody. There's no possible way. Yeah. That's why this game was so hard. But just the so many different stories that are in the Zelda mythos, and just the world of Hyrule is so awesome and epic.
Yeah.
A series would just be amazing. I would love it.
Yeah. It'd be,
like I said, probably impossible to do, but
yeah, that's really tough.
I'll get working on the script.
There you go. Yeah.
I'll send in some emails to
You'll fall on that sword.
I'll be the
sacrificial
I'll be the and then you'll all thank me for it.
Yeah.
Because I only make good things.
Yeah.
Not really. Not really. I'm struggling today, man. I'm glad I have these notes. Talked about video games. Talked about TV series. That was a good conversation. I had fun with that.
Yeah.
We should talk about that more.
Let us know in the comments what your video game you would like to see made into a television series.
And then tell us why our opinions are wrong on what we want.
Or agree with us.
Or
Yeah. Whatever you want, honestly. Just please interact with our videos.
So the times are finally having an effect on football
Oh, yeah.
in a few different ways. We're starting to see the effects of COVID now as we're getting closer and closer to the season. The Buffalo Bills have stated that fans will not be allowed to attend Buffalo Bill games during COVID. Bills Mafia is in shambles.
Dude, I'm surprised they're not going insane. I haven't seen any huge riots about that yet.
That's because this will not stop them from tailgating.
Yeah,
you may not let us in the stadium, but we're going to come to the parking lot. We're going to jump through tables, and we're going to get massively drunk and throw dildos over the walls.
Yeah.
So I think that sucks for football in general because Buffalo Bills have such a passionate following for sucking for so long, and they're still some of the best fans, most passionate fans, I should say.
Yeah.
That's pretty rough. And it is the way they stated this was weird. Like during COVID, like I don't think it's not going to be the disease is not going to be extinct.
Yeah.
Anytime soon. So are we just going to never have fans again?
Right.
Because COVID's going to be around next year, depending on how our immune systems react. If we have an immunization, anything like that, COVID's still going to be around.
Yeah.
So you going to shut down?
Even if we do produce a vaccine, it's probably not going to eradicate the virus. This is probably, from what I've seen, and this is when it first the first outbreak.
And Vince is a doctor.
I'm a doctor, so. But I just saw that it was going to turn into more of a seasonal thing. Kind of like, we have just flu seasons.
Mm-hmm.
It'll just be another flu season. This is the COVID one. Come and get your COVID vaccines at your local Walgreens.
Your
COVID
COVID what I mean? Shot.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, so I thought that phrasing was a little bit maybe not good on the Bills' part. But
so.
I get what they're doing, and that kind of sucks because it feels like that's kind of the first domino that's going to fall. Now everybody else is going to say no fans, no fans, no fans, and then, oh, wait, no players, and no football.
Yeah.
And now we're going to be depressed all through fall. What are we going to do? I've never lived September through December without football before.
I know we had the red-white game
simulation.
Simulation.
We're all just going to be big Madden fans.
I get, what else are you going to do?
I will cry.
Which I'll watch. I'll watch a Madden simulated game. I'll do it.
Give me anything.
Yeah,
I need
I'll
something. Gosh, that's going to be a rough fall, man. I hope that does not come to fruition.
Yeah.
Because I don't even think about it. I'm just going to spend every Sunday crying in my room, just curled up in a ball. Just why?
Still drinking beer.
Yeah, God, why me?
Something. Yeah.
Hey, maybe in that alternate timeline, Country Vince and Trailer Hip Hop Tyler are getting to watch football.
They're going to the Houston Texans or the Kansas
I'd rather have
Chiefs
no
game.
football. I saw that. I saw somebody posted that on the internet. They're like, it was a college football thread, and it was like, would you rather have your have football season, but then your rival wins the championship, or would you rather have no football?
I couldn't do 2 seasons in a row, man, of the Chiefs being like, yeah, we're Super Bowl champs. No, couldn't do it. Nope, no football. Sorry, guys. No.
And same with college.
I have both.
I will gladly have no football before I watch Iowa or Colorado win.
Yeah, not a chance.
They would never let that down. That'd be terrible.
God.
So now we're in a conundrum. But I think that's an alternate reality that only few teams have to worry about. We want football more than anything.
Yeah.
Because realistically, we know Iowa's stuck.
Yeah,
Iowa has no
Colorado,
chance. No chance.
Miami's even dead.
The Chiefs do have a chance, though.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, well, let's get college back in. Like I said, we can just get rid of Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State. Like I said, pretty sure they had a lot of COVID cases.
Yeah, absolutely. Keep those guys away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, the times that are having an influence on football as well is the Redskins are officially considering changing their name. That's all we're at right now. But they have had serious talks, and it's looking like it's probably going to happen. I wish Tim was here for this. Maybe we should call him.
We could.
Let's say what we want to say first, and if we feel the need, maybe we'll get him on the phone. But because my whole thoughts on this whole thing is the people who are most angry about the Redskins names are white people. And this is kind of closed-minded to me because I only know a few Native Americans, and they don't care. Mm-hmm. So in my head, that's all Native Americans, which is very ignorant on my part. But I feel like people who are the most upset about this are actually white people.
Yeah. It's tough to say because, I mean, we, as a nation, we have done a very poor job of giving Native Americans a voice in anything that is related to them. I mean, we saw the protests happening at Mount Rushmore. I didn't think any Native Americans had any problems with that, but turns out a lot of them do. And the U.S. has broken a treaty now in what they've done. That's a whole other story. But this has been a long time coming. I think that it's like super just, it's way too old of way of thinking to just be like, no, this is fine. This is how it's, you know.
The first thing I thought of when they said this too, I was like, well, if we're gonna change it, you better change to Cleveland Indians,
which they are
first, which they did, because that's like because
yeah.
like their logo is like, which I think they've changed in the recent years, but it's like the Disney Looney Tunes like stereotype of a Native American.
Yeah,
like, it's bad.
It's really bad. So yeah, it's just it's been a long time coming, and the guy who owns the Washington Redskins is a piece of shit anyway.
Dan Snyder's is a piece of shit.
Everybody
owner.
knows that he's a garbage human being anyways. And it wasn't like literally when it was just people saying, "Hey, that's just not an okay name. You should change it." He's responded to Native American tribes in writing with, "We will never's in capital, like all capitals, never change the name." Except
for when
until
FedEx says they're going to stop sponsoring our stadium,
Nike,
and Nike pulls all of our
endorsements
are off their website. But I don't know. What do you think? Do you have any good names? Alternates?
Personally, I don't. But I've seen some good ideas.
What do you like?
Though my favorite one, which it's too stupid. It's more of a meme than it is an actual idea. But keeping the Redskins name, but changing the logo to a potato. I thought that was so clever and so funny.
The two funniest ones have been that, and then the other one was they changed the name to the DC Redskins.
Yeah. Or even the Washington Rednecks. I saw that one. That was really funny.
I came up with my own list.
Are these real ones or?
These are real ones. Okay. Yeah, I might even drop some mock-ups for the uniforms.
That'd be cool.
So we could do the Washington Warriors, which I guess they already own the name too.
Yeah,
Dan Snyder does.
Again, you gotta get rid of like the feather idea though.
What do you mean?
Like the headdress, like because they have like the feather. Like a lot of I've seen that's been an idea, and people were like putting up images of that idea. I think it was actually like the Redskins.
What's wrong with the headdress?
It still is like culturally like appropriating Native American stuff.
Yeah, but a lot of warriors wore the headdress, right?
But it's like a specifically Native American kind of idea.
What do you mean?
Like the whole feather in the hair thing.
Oh, you're saying so like that's used as a cultural stereotype, so to speak?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So like I said, the Warriors isn't a bad idea, but you got to drop. So I guess I
think you should still honor the Native Americanness.
You got
the Native American warrior part of the Redskins. Like I think you could still change the name and still honor. So I think you should still have a Native American warrior as like your logo.
I disagree, and this is from a couple of different conversations I had. One with a Native American guy who, again, I love Alex. He's one of my best friends, and he's always been very level-headed. He's not one of those guys like you said. It is not that he doesn't care. He does think that it needs to change, but he knows that it's not directly affecting him in most cases.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not to say it's not directly affecting other Native people, especially in the Northwest. And he says,
you mean the Northeast? This is where it's Washington, D.C.
No, sorry, Northeast. But having to completely separate, they have to completely separate the team with anything Native. Like you got to just do something entirely different.
How come? Because of the previous.
Yeah, just
usage?
because and it also is like
they shouldn't find a way to honor the Native American culture.
It's and this is
or are you saying it's like too far gone? Like we're too far past that.
I think that's a big deal too. And then the second conversation I had was with my lovely girlfriend, who is a psychology major and a huge Native American like activist. she's done a lot of reading on research that is done about just Native American likeness used in sports, and how it has almost entirely had either zero positive impact or actual negative impacts on like Native American life. So I think with those two things being said, the opinion that I have now formulated in my head is like they just have to completely dissociate like Washington with anything Native American.
So do you think any other teams should be able to use Native American mascots?
No. I'm a huge proponent of the Chiefs changing their name too.
How is that different than the Vikings? It's just two different cultures.
Yeah, and it's
granted. I mean, the Vikings I don't think didn't go through nearly as much prosecution as Native Americans did, but
right.
But I think you can honor because when you have a mascot, a lot of times you want to be something that's tough or whatever, and I think being a Native American warriors were very badass warriors.
Yeah,
and I think you can still have a name that gives credit to that
for sure, and I don't disagree with that idea, and one of the things I was talking to Oriana about was saying, I was like, I wish there was a way that, because for me personally, I like Native Americans are not below me. They're not, they've been fucked, man. Like the U.S. government has just entirely fucked over Native American life. And it just sucks that we can't have anything in America to honor them. You know what I mean? Like the only way. So in my opinion, that I've just kind of formulated as these sort of things have been happening and stuff, and just talking with people, is that the only way that we can really honor Native Americans is by the government actually fucking doing what they've promised, and so like giving their land back, giving them the money that they have been like promised that they would receive, like funding that they would receive, and to just until we can get that fixed. I don't think we can honor Native Americans in this sort of way where we use their likeness for the profits of white Americans. Because there's no black owners, right? In the NFL. There's no
I don't think so.
There's no any people of color as owners in
the
NFL.
No, there's GMs and I think executives, but I don't think there's an owner.
So and again, like I want to have something, because like you said, and I think that's the idea with me and you, is that yes, we see, like we could see like a Native American warrior mascot as something good because we're like they're badass, because like the Vikings were badass, but until we can kind of get past that, which we may never do, like I don't know, but I think until we can get past that, we have to just kind of dissociate the two, and then until like Native Americans can actually be like equal standing.
You make some very good points. There goes some of my names.
Well, I appreciate that you listen. And like I said, I want what you want. I want a cool Native American themed team because they're cool.
What about the Seminoles?
I mean,
I don't know what a Seminole is though. So
it's a tribe.
Okay.
Yeah. Another conversation I had, because I was like, oh, that's really cool that this team like works with the tribe to find something. But also, you're a Native American tribe. Are you going to turn down millions of dollars, whether or not like what if the Seminoles were like, hey, we'll pay you millions of dollars, or even just like the profits, like a portion of the profits from merch and all this stuff.
The Seminoles do get a...
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. See, but isn't that a good thing, though?
The thing, you would right? But it's like, yes, but it's like, okay, like here's a logo, here's all the things that we're going to take from your culture that no Native Americans are going to be actually a part of. It's all going to be just this white-owned university using your culture for that, but here's lots of money. Are you going to say no?
No.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's the whole idea, is that it's a lot of money, and they already are getting fucked on that front.
So being exploited even more.
Yeah. It's like us, We don't want to have to do these shitty jobs, but they pay us money. So we will do it, and we'll do it with a goddamn smile.
Yes,
What I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So I don't know. That's the closest.
No,
comparison
I
can
think you make a
draw.
lot of good arguments there. But luckily I do have some other names that are not associated with Native Americans. I'm going to tell you my Native American ones though. Anyway,
That's fine. Yeah.
the Warriors. You can call them the DC Fighters, and because I had this all in mind of keeping the logo, or the Washington Tomahawks. But we'll cross all those out. I also have, we can go a little different, Washington Wildcats, or the Washington Rangers or Renegades.
Mm-hmm.
Also have the Washington Union, or DC Union.
That'd be cool.
It's a
There's
little
play,
it's a little different for a football name, but
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool. This is probably a stupid name, but I really like dragons, so the DC Dragons.
That'd be dope.
I don't know, I
That'd be
just like
cool.
dragons. And then my final one would be the DC Drones, since our capital likes to drone attack other countries.
There's some good ideas in there, I think.
I like to think I'm creative. I'll try to. It may not happen. I'll try to mock up one of these uniform combinations to superimpose while we talk about this. Probably won't be able to do that all today. I will give it my best shot though. So if there's a superimposed uniform right here, I did this. I created this. Thank you.
Nice.
If there's not, I'm sorry. Wow, that was a good conversation. You are a very enlightening person, Vince.
I appreciate that.
Mhm.
Like I said, a lot of these ideas are not necessarily my own, but I was able to kind of like formulate some ideas from hearing those other people. Like I said, two people who seem like they are much more knowledgeable than I am, and also have much more like firsthand experience with this sort of thing. So
I dig it. I dig
Yeah.
it. I think we should end on that note. I don't
Yeah,
think
that's good
we can have any more productive conversation after that. I have nothing else to add that's insightful or anything. I'm a dumb white guy.
hey, same. Like I said, in these trying times, it's just good for us to just shut up and listen sometimes, and just have open opinions, especially when, like I said, we don't disagree that it would be nice to have some sort of Native American theme for a football team, but unfortunately, not the whole country doesn't think the way we do. You know.
Well, and unfortunately, billionaire owners can do whatever the hell they
Exactly.
wanted. If they wanted
Yeah.
to keep the Redskins, they're going to keep it, and we're all going to continue watching football no matter what. So,
So, not a whole lot we can do.
I did see there's an interesting comment on the interwebs. I think it was Twitter or something, but they were talking about how like the FedEx and Nike, this is all just like a publicity stunt from them. Like, until you're actually going out there and trying to actually make changes in the reservations, you're just putting on a nice front, and that's it.
I mean, you're not wrong, you know.
No, those aren't my opinions. I was
Yeah.
just something I read that I thought was an interesting way of looking at it.
They're not wrong, I guess, but it's like I said, this with the Black Lives Matter movement, I think has opened up a lot of just different wounds that have never truly healed, that we've just kind of kept covering up with Band-Aids over and over again, that we finally have to kind of start addressing.
Now we
and
just have a lot
healing.
of nasty, soggy Band-Aids
Yeah,
laying around.
Exactly. So, and this wasn't in the show notes, but just like thinking about the Mount Rushmore protests and everything, and just like the shit show that turned into is just, it's sad. It's incredibly sad, and yeah, it made celebrating the 4th of July a little harder. I'll say that too. Yeah. Like, I love America, but it's really hard to love America right now. Personally.
I had fun blowing stuff up.
Yeah, yeah. You get out some aggression to some of this pent-up frustration that we've been having. So,
Well, tying all this together, shout out to the reservations that have no laws on fireworks so we can get really cool big stuff.
exactly.
So thank you, Native American reservations who sell awesome fireworks.
Yeah, and still let like Americans into your reservations sometimes. Because right now, there's some that like just completely shut off the roads, and I don't blame you. Fuck them. Like, you can suck a dick. That's what I would say too. So,
Cool.
good times.
Well, thanks as always for listening, guys. Have a great week. Subscribe on YouTube. Reliever, I don't know. You hear it on every other. You've heard it on every other podcast platform. Do something that makes us look good. Cool.
Helps the algorithm.
We appreciate you guys, even for listening. Love you. See you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.